Well, good evening, everybody, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. It is Kevin Larson. I'm really grateful to be sitting with you for today's Healthy Hustle. It is fall. Fall is upon us. It's a little bit cloudy, a little bit rainy, and here in Southern California, that's a good thing. We're very happy about it. It's good to have something to get the ground a little wet and not be so hot. So I hope that you're having great weather wherever you are today. Now, we have a very special Healthy Hustle for you today. I'm excited about it because we are going to review a really awesome presenter that we had at New Earth University. If you remember Amy Chadwick, a registered nurse, a dietitian, and a personal coach, right? She gave a phenomenal presentation about the food that we choose to put in our bodies and the reason that we might need to supplement, right? The purpose of those supplements, because she made mention of a couple key things, right? That we are what we eat. And I know that a lot of us know that, but it's important for a lot of folks to be able to be reminded of that, right? What being, right? If you're eating certain things that can have a negative impact on your physiology, what do you do about that? Other than, stop this and eat that instead, right? What do you do? Why is a whole foods diet better? And what are some tips for managing your way through a grocery store that you can eat better, right? Some of these things are pretty compelling because they're good diet sorts of behaviors. At the same time, some of it is a little bit controversial. And so she, with her experience, is going to walk us through that. So for all of you, I am super excited. I introduce to you again, Amy Chadwick.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amy Chadwick. I am a nurse by trade, but also have a background in health coaching. And I've been a personal trainer for the last, about 8 years. So I have a multitude of different avenues to approach our topic tonight that I'm so excited. Sadly, the standard American diet, or the SAD diet, comprises of lots of fun and wonderful foods that make us happy right at the beginning or ingestion of them. But unfortunately, the end product can lead to some maladaptive things like lots of inflammation in our bodies, as well as disease processes that we don't even consider as we're ingesting that really good cookie or donut or hamburger. A study actually discovered that the average American gets about 57 or 60% of their calories from foods that are ultra processed. And by this ultra processed, we can guess that this is not coming from the ground, or originally it came from the ground. But then after a multitude of different chemicals and maybe heating, cooling, now all of a sudden we have something like a potato chip. So it's not technically food anymore, but it's called a potato chip because it was derived from a potato. The average American also consumes around 17 teaspoons of added sugar every day. And the most recent recommendations for sugar is that women only get 4 teaspoons and men only have 6 teaspoons of sugar each day. So, we're looking at, quadrupling basically the amount of sugar that we have. Let's look at our foundation. The average FDA recommendation nowadays is 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. And when they look at a serving, they really are looking at a half a cup of a fruit or vegetable. That's really not that much. I feel like we can just do better than that. If you look at things like the autoimmune protocol, or different diets out there, such as paleo or vegan. I mean, we're pushing upwards of 9 to 10 servings of vegetables and fruits a day. And that's really the basis of getting a lot of our minerals and vitamins. In another study, just 1 in 10 adults met the federal fruit and vegetable guidelines. And so, I mean, when you're looking at 1 in 10, that's not very many. And I can think of myself when I have to go to the hospital and I see patients. Um, yeah, it's really hard to slam in, a nice big salad, or, I want to eat my roasted potato soup or my, carrot sticks. Those I can actually get in. But ultimately, those days it becomes really challenging to get those in. So I have to think ahead and I have to meal prep in order to do that. So why do we want to eat more vegetables and fruits? I mean, what are some basic, simple principles around that? Well, eating them actually equals a healthier body. That means we get to do more of what we love and less pain and more comfort. So here's a couple of things that you may not have known with a whole food diet. And again, whole food is um, basically going off the principle that a food that comes from the earth that doesn't have a label, and something like chicken or beef or pork, that is still a whole food because technically it came from the earth and an animal, and it doesn't have a label of 500 different ingredients. So who knew that eating fresh fruits and veggies can help your eyesight? I mean, we always got told, eat your carrots, you can see better, but ultimately it has been proven that that can help us, especially as we age and those things start to degenerate. We need to support that. When you're eating a whole food diet, you're actually preventing constipation by giving it fiber and really getting that fiber in to push basically your trash through is helpful. With the Nurse Health Study 1 and 2, they found that women who ate more than 5.5 servings, so again, we're looking of upwards of 7 to 9, especially cruciferous, which is your broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and yellow and orange vegetables, which are also good for your eyes. And antioxidants, which we find in a lot of our foods, especially in this study, it was cranberries. They can help halt the activity of bacteria because they raise the acidity. So again, eating those whole foods, you think they're just good for you, but ultimately, when you understand how they can help your body, it kind of gives you more of a buy-in of why you should do it each day. How do we do this? What is this, tips for healthy eating? Everyone says, oh, eat healthy, I mean, we are busy. I don't know about you guys, but it seems like it's just become even more crazy as of lately. So how do we get these, 5+ servings of fruit and vegetables a day? The first one is probably my favorite and the one I adhere to the most, which is meal prepping and menu planning. So my partner and I, we sit down and we go through, hey, what do we have in our fridge? What's in our garden? What's in our freezer? Let's try to create a meal. How many meals can we get out of this? And then on Sundays, we spend about 4 hours and we prep 3 different main dishes. And then we have a lot of little sides such as, cut up apples and berries and yogurts and those type of things. So we have a bunch of grab and goes, but we also have already prepped 3 meals that help us to get going so we can take that to work with us, or if we come home, there's something already created. A lot of the time costs can be prohibitive, so using frozen or canned items can help minimize that. If you cook in bulk, so things like beans and rice, if you cook in bulk with those and use them for many different meals, it really cuts the cost down. We like to make smoothies and freeze them for later. You can do 2 or 3 at a time. If time is an issue, there are a lot of really new wonderful meal delivery services. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say their names or not, but using a meal delivery service, especially if you have like if you're a paleo or you're vegan, they actually nowadays will cater to those special requests. My heart patients have to eat low salt, so a lot of them cater to a low salt type of meal as well. And then, of course, internet has tons of stuff for Pinterest or recipes and that type of thing.
Wow, what a great presentation. Thank you, Amy, and thank you to all of you. Here's what I recommend. That's such good information. It's so useful. Send this video, send this healthy hustle to someone that you know needs to hear this information. Everybody's struggling with their diet, especially during these times when a lot of people have been locked in. Not everybody's made the easiest, best food choices, right? And so that can be difficult. So at the same time, knowledge is power. And Amy gave us a lot of opportunity and information about how to make a change and make a difference. There is a way to find the right diet and the right supplements that can promote healthy digestion and put us on a path towards a better self. I'm so grateful for Amy, and I'm grateful for all of you that took the time to watch this. If you're watching this, do something about it. Make the decision to take your health into your own hands. And if you're interested in supplementation, check us out. We have a lot of great products. Get back to the person that shared this video with you and tell them your level of interest. Tell them what you want to know about. They are very good at answering questions. And if they're not, they know exactly where to find the answers to those questions. And with that, thank you, everyone, for a great healthy hustle. Bye-bye.